Alright, Mr. Stay-at-home mechanic. I got a video for you today. Let's see if we can replace the rear wiper motor assembly on this here 2007 Kia Sorento. Never done one before, but we'll see if we can figure it out. Now, as any mechanic knows, there's never enough fucking light. No matter how hard you try and work on something. It looks good on the camera, but it's always dark in person. So we gotta take out these screws, take off the plastic. It looks like they're just Phillips heads. Just regular Phillips number 2. Probably one underneath here. And this whole cover should come off. Naturally, it's stripped out. So you gotta be gentle. There. There's that. Make sure you lose those, that's very important. If you go to put it back together and you have all the parts, then probably did something wrong. Or if you go to put it back together and there's leftover parts, either one of two things: created a catastrophic failure point, or you made it more efficient. It's up to you to decide. And I guess it's however long the car lasts after. Of course, the 2 outside ones are stripped. Yep. Yep. Alright, now we're going to pop this little panel out. Alright, there we go. Didn't even break it. What do we got in there? Oh, we got a 10mm. Ain't nobody got time for ratchets. Not sure if you need to take this one out or not, but we're gonna, just in case. The reason I say that is because there's not really a good way to take it out, as all the other ones had a little spot. This one does not. Now, if you're working on a customer's vehicle, you're going to want to be really careful not to break shit like that. Well, I didn't break it, but you start marring the surface. Whereas this is, you know, a family member's car, so not too big a deal. There is a Phillips head screw inside of there. Take that out. There's that. Now I'm going to take my good old pry tool and get all these little things that the original screws were in. Take those out. Looks like we might have one more panel up on the inside, kind of like the ones that were in the handle. So I'll get that out. Might not be able to see it on video, but well, maybe not. All right, I'm just gonna start pulling, see what happens. One of those clips probably broke. That's all right. So it looks like right here there's another push pin with a screw in it that holds both pieces on, but it goes through this piece. So that's next. Of course, they barely come out, which is usual. All right, there's that one. I don't know why they didn't just use push pins, but all right, there's that. Now, yeah, there we go. something holding it up here, or I just got to get it out of all the clips. You probably just got to take the whole thing out. I'm just gonna pull that down. Make sure you try not to break anything. You more than likely will break some clips. Wouldn't hurt to have extra, just in case. Alright, there's that. Doesn't look like I broke any, but you probably will. And there we go. So I did break, I don't know if you can see this. So I did break a couple. There's one there. That might be a screw hole, but and then that one there. They might not have broke, they might have just came out. They're stuck up in there. We can worry about that after. Set the big plastic piece of shit aside. So it looks like here's the part. Upside down, of course. Probably gotta take this box out of the way. Whatever this is. Focus, you fuck. Sound like AVE now. Take this out, this box. Then it looks like it'll be really easy to get to the motor. Something I failed to mention, you have to take off the wiper arm, obviously, in order to get the motor out from the inside. So it's just a nut here. Looks like a 10 mil. It's probably a 12. Hold on. It's a 12. Except my impact gun's in the back. Fuck! Well, it looks like I had time for one ratchet today. Very anemic little nut they use. They should have used a one with a washer or a flange on it. I would think that would be higher quality, but whatever. It is what it is. So this old girl's probably gonna be stuck on pretty good. I'll give her a little toot of penetrating fluid. Just a little bit. And we're gonna try and work it back and forth and rock it. See if it'll break free. I don't know if I have a puller small enough to get on this, but it usually will come off pretty easy. And I'm not worried about breaking the motor because I have an entirely new one, so just kind of work it. I just don't want to break the arm. The motor, I can give a shit. Might need to get something behind it and kind of pry it up off of there. Oh. Hopefully that's on the new motor. That's probably why this one failed. Because this plastic is pretty much shot, and I let all the water get behind here and corrode the piss out of it, so might as well just finish breaking that. Get that all off of there. Obviously be a little careful not to mar up the paint or anything. This one's already rusted, and you know, it's not a show car. It's got a lot of miles on it. It's driven 100 miles a day almost, so. But if yours is in really good shape, you might not want to, you know, hit it too hard. So this is proving to be pretty stubborn. All right, I think we got somewhere. Oh yeah, we're moving now. And it should just come off. There we go. And I didn't even break it. Pretty impressed. If it would focus on this, there we go. Didn't break it. You might want to clean this up a little bit, especially on the inside there. Just run like a little wire brush or something. But we'll worry about that later. So I just looked at the new motor. It does not have this plastic piece, which kind of sucks. And it does not have this either, or this big nut. So, eesh, that's not very reassuring. But hopefully we can get this off without killing everything. Let me find out what size that is. Looks like it's a 22 maybe. 22 it is. You could either, if you don't have impact, You can use a breaker bar or 1/2-inch ratchet. For something like this, you could kind of say an argument either way, which would be better, especially if you're not replacing the motor and you have to take this out for whatever other reason. Probably impact might damage the motor because it's hammering in a motion, but at the same time, this is probably stuck so bad that, you know, prying on it with a rotational force like a pry bar could probably do just as much or more damage. So I think impact would probably be a better bet, at least if you have one. If not, then you just have to hope for the best and use a breaker bar. I'm not sure how tight this will be. Not very tight, or I broke something. Battery's dead. Great! But it's just spinning anyway, so... Oh. Or is it? Is this reverse thread? I think it's reverse thread. Or it's just broken. Well, that ain't good. Yeah. I'm pretty sure the... let me get the new one. I'm pretty sure these threads are 100% stripped on this. And it looks like they broke. Great. Or it's just corroded plastic holding it on. So let me give it a little this and a little of this. And, well, at least can get the nut off. Clean it out or re-tap it or whatever I gotta do, but I didn't think this would be such a problem. Oh, there goes that. Don't know what that was, but just a little bit at a time here, you know. I don't have very much. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened here. All right, so it looks like the whole thing broke inside the nut. Is that plastic? I'm not sure. Let me try and pull this condom off of here and see if I can. Again, if this was, you know, in really good shape, you wouldn't want to do this. This is pretty bad. Hopefully it's not completely destroyed under here, but oh wow. Yeah. Maybe in the future I might be looking at a new hatch for this car. That is exponentially crusty. Wow. You know, I've been talking how good this car's been doing, and now a little disappointed in how this is going. Alright, so we'll go back inside and I'll unbolt the motor and we'll see if I can knock this out without too much difficulty. Angle might not be the best, but you'll see enough. Take these two 10mm out, get this box. Don't know what it is, but get that out of the way. Great. Try not to lose your hardware. So then I'll just unclip it. Color coded, can't mess that up. It looks like one clip for the motor. Pry that right out of there. It just has a little push pin. I'll show you when I get it down. If I get it down. Alright, there we go. Now, unclip this connector. It's got a weird fucking bullshit clip. It was just a regular one. I was overthinking it. I don't know if you can even see that, but regular. And then it just looks like 3 10mm. Holy Christ. Wow. Yeah. So Let me get you zoomed out here. So there's part of the hatch. Wonderful. Get you right in here. That is not supposed to be that way. That should definitely be a round hole that's not rusty. Yeah. Well, gonna work with what we got. So I'm just gonna put the new motor in the same way the other one came out. Clip this connector. I'll clip them all together when gets up in there, but of course torque the spec in the right direction. Torque the spec. Make sure your wires are not pinched on top of the motor so you can put it in without looking like a retard. Can't stress enough. Torque to spec. Now reinsert module box of unknown reason. Probably to control the speed of the wiper and such. I don't know. I'm not an electrician. Also torque the specs. Reinsert dingle end into receptacle. There we go. Don't be an idiot like I am. There. There's that. Now we just have to worry about the outside part even going together. So before I do the plastic fascia, I'm gonna check the outside. As you can see here, that should not be like that. Doesn't look like I have much choice but to throw her back together the way she is. Like I said, maybe I'll be looking into a rear hatch for this, but I'll deal with that later, I guess. For now, I'm gonna clean out all the crud from in here off camera, and then reinsert it back on there, put the nut on. If I can even get the nut to go on, probably gonna have to clean all that crap off too. And we'll go from there. Maybe I'll anti-seize it a little bit so it doesn't ever happen again, even though I doubt by the time this car is, shot, that I'm gonna need to replace this again. So I actually am gonna film this part because it's turning out to be more of a challenge than I thought. The old motor actually broke inside there. So I'm gonna heat it up a little bit, see if I can get that to spin at all. Oh, apparently I just melted it. Works for me, I guess. I don't know what the hell kind of metal was that made out of. I mean, aluminum, but almost like solder. It's kind of odd. So I gotta figure out what the hell kind of. I'm probably gonna have to re-tap that. If I can even find out what thread it is. I'm gonna try and keep melting all that out of there. It should just fall out if I get it hot enough. The sad part is I'm gonna do all this and I guarantee it's probably not gonna work anyway, and I'm gonna have to figure something else out. I mean, if I think about it, I really don't know where the motor is gonna go. This was more probably to help seal the hole, which, as we've seen, isn't gonna happen. This is like super fine pitch. I don't know why that's so fun. It must be pretty warm or something. And the best part is, it's oval now. Must have clamped it too hard. Threads are clear though, so I'm guessing I'm gonna try and put it on the vehicle, see what happens. All right, let's see. This really doesn't even need to be on here, to be honest. Yeah, there's no way. It's just an oval now. All right, so that was a giant failure. So let's just take the ye old rubber boot here. Just stuff it back. Maybe I could put, I don't know, I mean, it's not gonna go anywhere and it's not sealing anything anyway. In this case, if it was, you know, your case and the car wasn't completely mangled like this one is, you probably would want to get the right size nut, go to a hardware store and find some, it's super fine pitch. It doesn't have to be the same size fastener, but as long as it has the same pitch and it threads on, you'd want to put this on, cover the hole, get a washer or whatever, and then just push that on. It'd be fine, but in this case, it's kind of ruined anyway. After this is all together, I'll probably put like a little silicone around here, so just to keep it from getting too much water in. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna do it now. A little industrial silicone. Just take that, put that there. See if I can make like kind of like a, just kind of, it doesn't need to be pretty in this case because, well, one, you're not gonna see most of it once it's on there anyway. But this part of the car isn't looking too good as it is, so hopefully that'll work. Just enough to seal it up. Keep the big ball bearings out anyway. Just kind of spread it in. Make sure it just kind of fills the gaps if you can. Yours probably won't be this bad. I'm not going for looks here. I'm going more for just trying to get it to look, well, seal up. And get that on there. Now I am curious to see if just putting this on will retain everything. So I'm gonna try and line it up with the holder over here so it's in the right spot. I mean, it's not gonna go anywhere. Maybe I have something else I can put underneath it to help push that rubber seal down. No, it's too big. Damn. What about this one? Not big enough. So I think I'm pretty much screwed in this case, so I'm just gonna have to hope for the best. Maybe I'll put a little more silicone around this, just to hopefully like kind of half-ass glue it on. Like I've said, hopefully yours isn't quite as bad. You won't have to worry about any of these problems. Yeah, just make sure you drop the nut a couple times too, helps harden it. Don't crank this down super tight. Oh, I apologize. The camera, I guess, kind of wasn't really on that most of the time. Don't crank this down too tight. You don't want to break the motor or just over torque it in general. It just it splines on, so this will move with the motor, kind of like a CB axle. So I'm gonna get a little more silicone, slap it around here, see what happens. Function over form. In this case, I guess, right? Sure, good enough. Just because I can't leave it like that, I'm gonna clean up a little bit around the edges. Probably gonna leave most of the rust covered. Not that it will really help stop the rust, more so just to make me feel better. All right, doesn't look great. Should work just fine for this case. Hopefully all that was in frame and in focus. I'll pull the camera back and get a better shot. That's kind of what we're working with here. Looks all right. Like I said, more function over form in this case, but it's just gonna have to work because we don't really have any other options. And as long as the motor spins, I'm not too worried about what the back looks like. Like I said, the car's a driver, not a museum piece. All right, so back in here, we're gonna put this plastic shield back up. First, I'm gonna take these two clips out, if I can. They might be too stubborn. One more try. Got it. Try this one next. Oh, that one came right out. Okay. And all I'm doing with them is, well, actually, I can't show you on this because this is actually broken. Normally, the open part there will slide like that. Sorry. Horrible framing. Will slide like that into place. This one's just gonna end up falling out, but I might keep it in there just to make me feel better. A lot of this is just making me feel better type work. So you're kind of gonna want to go forward with it, and then kind of pull it back over the inside clamp for the upper window, like so. Then push these, which have one clip. You can't really see, but there's a clip on each side right by the window. Make sure that goes in first. Just for sake of holding, I'm going to put one of these pins up here, keep it from falling on my head. Might as well put a few in. They're all going to need to go in eventually anyway, so. There. So like I said, there's a, here I'll pull it back. So right in here, there is a clip and a hole right here. Not sure if you can see it, but there's one of those yellow push pins. Just try and kind of force the whole thing. Just go up like this. Also, failed to mention, has to go up under this window cover. So as if it wasn't hard enough, you got to do like 3 motions at once. So I'll get it up under there, like so. Get this. I'll try to get this also up under there. There we go. And it should clip right in. Now do the same thing with this upper piece. Try to get this underneath the windowsill. You might need to use a pick or a screwdriver just to help work the rubber over the plastic. Now you can take your push pin and put it in. And these are the ones, like I said, that have these little screws. They're plastic, they strip out anyway, so just kind of push it in there. Just push it in. You do that for all of the ones that were on the outside edge as well. For consistency's sake, I'll have you see this side too. And then get this rubber up over this using a pick or screwdriver. Kind of like that. Just do that all the way around. It's kind of a pain. I guess it's not the end of the world if you can't get it, but always good to do it. Now we're going to finish putting these pin slash screw push things back in. Also, you're going to want to make sure all of your clips. Fuck! Don't hit this until these are pushed in. What a dumbass. Don't forget the ones on the side. Phillips head screw. That one. And this hole. And then I had this round plastic cover. There's 2 tabs, and there's 2 adjacent, or not adjacent, but matching tabs in here. You just kind of line them up. Clips right in. And last but not least, we'll put the handle. Put that on. So it just kind of, there's 2 screws that are self-retained in there. Just kind of push it up. And then we got two little covers. Same deal. There's two tabs on it, and there's two holes in here that line up with it. Fucking drop it. Take two, and also the part that you use to pry it open, there's a little gap, should go towards the outside of the handle on both of them. And I think we're done. Also, if you are doing this on a customer vehicle, you probably want to clean up your grease stains. You know, these meat cleaver hands get kind of dirty. Just make sure you don't leave scuds all over. It doesn't look good. Doesn't make your work look good. In this case, I will clean it for video's sake. I'm just going to lower the door down, see if the rear wiper works now. All right, let's see what happens. Fucking perfect. All right, so that was a attempt at a simple tutorial on how to replace the rear wiper motor. Judging by how bad a condition the hatch is in right here, I'll probably be doing a video in the future of replacing the hatch, the whole thing. That is if we figure it's worth it. If the silicone doesn't work and it just leaks water inside, then I will have to replace it. But for now, I think the silicone will work just fine. Like I said, this rubber part right here does not spin. At least I don't think it does. But the arm moves within that, so it should kind of create its own seal. I'll probably just leave it at that. It doesn't look too bad. You can't really notice it unless you're looking right at it anyway, because the car is black silicone. So if you like that and it was helpful, or at least entertaining, I might be making more videos. This took me about an hour with filming, and this was like a worst case scenario. So if you were to do it yourself, it'd probably only take you 30-40 minutes. Especially if it's not this bad, probably closer to 30. If it is this bad, probably closer to 45. But hopefully that was useful to you. Don't know if there's a lot of videos like this. I haven't checked yet, but like the video if you want. I don't really post regularly, so I'm not going to tell you to subscribe. But, you know, maybe if you do and you like it, I might start posting more. All right, I'll see you next time.